with Arsenal, yeah, like, bro, I never hide the fact I can't stand their fans, innit? Can't stand them. Cannot. However, I also reiterate, yeah, that they're playing better football than my club and they're a better team than my club. So it's funny where Arsenal fans come out and say, oh, you never give Arsenal credit, this, that, and that. That's bull. I just don't praise Arsenal for doing stuff that they're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do to teams like West Ham, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And bruv, I can never be critical, yeah, of a football team doing what they're supposed to do, blood. You know what it is. This is what it is now, because we're now in a situation where in football it's like man have to be over complimentary all the time for no reason. It's not that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And like I remember, like Balotelli used to say, bro, I don't celebrate goals. Does a postman celebrate putting letters through a post box? And it's the damn truth. You know, like that, bro. Like, you have to give me something to be impressed by. You have to give me something to compliment. You have to give me something to celebrate. Do you know what I'm saying? When your team's going out there and smoking team 6-0, yeah, bro, this is what football fans pay their money for.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying, man. Listen. We put the sword to them. I can't even lie. Their heads were rolling, bro. They were leaving before half time. I can't even lie. They were leaving that stadium, bro. All they needed to play on Sky Sports was flipping Craig David, I'm walking away, because they were walking away, bro. They had enough. The fans had enough. And
yeah, them man in Westfield, cuz.
Big up to all of them that walked away, because I would have walked away. You know what I mean? I would have walked away. They should walk away and not return until they start fixing up, because it's a disgrace, guys. You know what I mean? But listen, heads were rolling like it was episode 1 of Game of Thrones, bro. You know what I mean? Stark heads already rolling. You know what I mean? But it was what it was, man. At the end of the day, that was a proper performance, man. Proper performance. And going in at halftime, and I was actually chilled, bro. I weren't stressed. I weren't swearing. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, Rants, yeah, a lot of people criticize our standards, yeah, of what we want for our club. But as soon as those standards are achieved within a game, I'm talking about, because I still don't feel like we're going to win the league, but within a game, nobody's complaining. Nobody's saying it's toxic and negative. Nobody's saying, oh, you're asking too much. All of a sudden, everybody's happy. You know what I mean? When those standards are reached. And this is the thing. When the club actually performs the way it's supposed to perform, everybody's happy. They're always saying, oh, what's it going to take for you to be happy? What's it going to take for you to smile? I do not just want the result. I want the performance, because off of the performance, I can see something building. That's something I can take away from the game. A one-off result is a one-off result. There's not much I can take from that. So when you're winning and it's not convincing, there's not much you can take away from that, because it was fine margins why you got it over the line. Against West Ham, we actually delivered. Even when we made substitutions, we were still sourcing. Odegaard was still creating. Even when we was taking man off, we were still peppering them. You know what I mean? And it's nice to come away from a game and feeling like, you know what? We could have smacked these Phillies that put the 10-0. You know what I mean? Chances that were missed, we could have smoked these man 10-0. And listen, I ain't going to go overboard. You know what I mean? I still don't think that we're going to win the league. There's nothing I could really criticize apart from that bum Kai Havertz still walking around doing nothing. But even Harry and Kai Havertz, bro, I still feel like we did our thing. I don't think he warrants starting the next game, because I didn't see nothing from him. Everybody else actually put in a performance. Kivior got cooked 2 times by Kudus, but I think Gabriel did well to recover. I'm still not sold on Kivior, and I'm still not sold on Havertz. So yeah, man, I want Jorginho to come back, and I don't want Kivior starting. But other than that, bro, there's nothing I can really criticize from that performance.
Bro, you can't really, bro. And this is what it is. Like, I think we beat West Ham, yeah. We beat West Ham. Yeah, they're not great, innit? But you have to be a good team, yeah, to make them look as bad as they are. You know, like that. You have to still make them look as bad as they are, because I've said it when United are playing teams, and also when teams have played United, where it's like teams haven't been good enough to make us look as bad as we actually are. Do you know what I'm saying? Because even the last game that we just won against Aston Villa, if Aston Villa were half decent, yeah, they put 6 past United. Easily put 6 past them and make them look bad, but they couldn't do that. So it's easy to turn around and say West Ham weren't good, yeah, but bro, to put 6 past the team and make them look as poor as they are, yeah, it takes some doing. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can't be too critical of that. And that's the thing. With Arsenal, yeah, like bro, I never hide the fact I can't stand their fans, innit? Can't stand them. Cannot. However, I also reiterate, yeah, that they're playing better football than my club and they're a better team than my club. So it's funny where Arsenal fans come out and say, oh, you never give Arsenal credit, this, that, and that. That's bull. I just don't praise Arsenal for doing stuff that they're supposed to do. And that goes for anyone. That goes for anyone. That goes for players that play for my team. That goes for my team. I don't praise Man United, yeah, for winning games against Aston Villa. You're supposed to beat Aston Villa. How did you beat Aston Villa? You were rubbish. So why am I praising you for that? Do you know what I'm saying? And this thing, the thing is with these football fans, it's like, bro, these are women passing as males, bruv. This is the most feminine generation of males, yeah, in the history of the planet. This is what we're doing because you know what it is. Usually, men deal with facts, yeah, and women deal with feelings. This is what happens. Do you know what I mean? People will get upset about how they feel about what I'm saying, yeah, but you're not arguing the point. You're not arguing the point. You're not challenging what I'm saying because you factually can't. So you're worried about how it makes you feel. You know, like that. Man is saying that I was upset that Man United won. I wasn't upset that they won. I was upset that I watched another 96 minutes of horrible football, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And then we scumbag the win, and now people are going overboard and talking about top fours on and this, that, and the other. And it's like, bro, Tottenham, Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool are better sides than us, comfortably. So I can't look at top four because realistically, what I'm now watching these teams and hoping that they fail in order for us to make top four because we're not good enough to finish above any of those teams. And if Man United finish it above any of the four teams that I stated, yeah, it's an absolute travesty to football. It's a travesty because if we finish above Tottenham, given what Ange's done at Tottenham, yeah, with all the injuries he's had, the lack of resources he's had compared to us, our manager spent 400 million in 18 months or something like that. So if we finish above Tottenham, given what Ange done, it's a disgrace. If we finish above what Liverpool are doing right now, it's a disgrace. If you finish above Arsenal, it's a disgrace. If you finish above City, it's a disgrace. So where's this top four chat coming from? Where's it coming from? Like, because it's coming out of hope more than actual realistic expectations, bro. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, like we're gonna finish above Tottenham. Based off what? What have I seen that shows me that we're going to finish above Tottenham? What have I seen? Because we're not playing well. And ultimately, we're scumbagging teams, bro. And we can't do this every week. We can't. Do you know what I mean? What Arsenal done to West Ham, yeah? I haven't seen one performance from Man United like this, yeah, in 2 years. Well, it's been more than 2 years. But I'm saying since this manager's come in, we haven't put in a performance any more than that. When's the last time we scored more than 3 goals in a game? I don't remember.
But it's game by game analysis. This is the problem. You're saying that your fans are now saying that you lot are back and you're going to go get the top four. I'm seeing Arsenal fans now talking like we're favourites for the league titles. But since when? Since when? We always had this in our locker. We had this in our locker last season to play like this. This manager chose to play a style that doesn't get the best out of this squad. Yeah. And that still wasn't good enough for us to get over the line. So that's irrelevant, us reverting back to type, what we were doing last season. That's still not enough to get us over the line. Fans were still calling for a striker in January. Fans were still saying that the bench was light. Fans were still saying that we need another defender when Saliba got injured last season. So based on this result, why should I feel like my club's going to win the league? Based off what? We had all of this before. And none of the deficiencies that I wanted to be strengthened have been attended to, have been sorted out. So why am I going to get my chest out? I already knew that Arsenal could play like this. I saw it last season. I wanted a striker. I wanted a focal point. I wanted a bench that's actually going to impact the game. And I'm not just talking about Trossard. I'm talking about actually a striker that's going to come and bag me goals. We already saw Trossard sourcing through the middle last season. Was that enough to get us over the line? But you see, after a win, bro, these Filus da puta never want to hear it, bro. All they want to hear is we're amazing after a win. And it's
but the reason why they want to hear that is because they're emotional creatures, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, facts don't care about feelings, bro. If I'm an Arsenal fan, yeah, I'm thinking, yo, that's a great performance. But at the same time, I'm thinking, yo, I saw Arsenal play like that probably about 15 to 20 games last season. The same way. So how come it's taken till the middle of February for me to see the Arsenal that I saw last season? That's what I would be asking. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yeah, cool, this is a great result now, but cool. Why has it taken so long to see that performance again? Because that's what Arsenal were doing last season. At the start of last season, I was like, wow. Like, bro, Arsenal were blowing teams away. They were playing liquid football, killing teams, all of these things. They were doing that. They were actually doing that. And then they haven't done anywhere near that this season. And I've been saying it. I've been saying it from the start of the season. Arsenal are winning games, yeah, and getting through it at the skin of their teeth, despite not really playing well. That game was an exception to your season in terms of performances because you ain't been playing like that. You haven't been playing like that. So, like this guy said, one game don't change the fact, bro. It was a good performance. There's nothing to criticize in the actual performance, but cool. Go do it again next game. And then the game after that, then the game after that. And then man could talk about a title challenge because ultimately, yeah, cool. You won 6-0, but you're still third. So it doesn't really mean anything. It does, but it doesn't. It only means something if you build on that performance and you continue to play like that and you continue to actually have the teams above you now thinking, hold on, like these men might be changing gears on us. Do you see what I'm saying? But at the moment, it's just a one-off result.
No, but they're coming out with excuses now about, where I think we've scored the most goals from set pieces. But my point is this, yeah.
You have. You man, that's what I say. I was calling you man, you man the Stoke and that, bruv. Because man was
how
doing.
long can you sustain that, bro? Because let's keep it real, yeah. Even though our centre backs are good at scoring headers, yeah, it's not like we're crossing into Mitrovic where you can say 9 out of 10 crosses he's bagging it. Do you know what I mean? We're not going to bag every cross. We ain't got somebody, a focal point that's going to just bag those headers game in, game out. So that's not something that we can sustain to the end of the season, in my opinion. Then when you look at the way that we score goals, it's all system based, bro. To get the most out of this team is system based. Once you nullify the system, there is no goals to Martinelli, to Trossard, to them players there. Take away our space in behind and us being direct. If a team sets up correctly, we are going to be nullified. Now, I can praise the fact that we scored from a corner against West Ham. We scored from a free kick. I think Declan Rice, when it's set pieces, his delivery is very, very good from set pieces. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you can always nullify a team that don't have a focal point. And this is the problem. What are we going to do then? And people are telling me, but we broke down Nottingham Forest. Bro, we broke them down when they played a high line. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, West Ham gave up, bro. Did you see the way Saka took him on? Saka never takes on his man like that, bro. They gave up. They were not fighting for nothing. So this is the problem with it, Rants. Yeah, I just feel like everything that we've got can be nullified, and obviously, I just don't see no plan B to it. Like, I don't see a midfielder that can break a low block. I don't see a striker that can be fed 1 or 2 chances in a game where our system is being nullified and there's no space in behind that is going to knock it in, last minute. I don't see.
Yeah, but this is why. But this is why you're not going to win anything, innit? And you know what? I was actually having this feeling. I was actually thinking this today when I was doing my cardio because obviously the Super Bowl was yesterday. And I watched the NFL, and it's like when I look at teams in the Premier League, I only see out of the top teams, or no, actually, that's not true because I guess Tottenham as well. When I look at these teams, yeah, and we say, all right, cool, who's the quarterback in it? Who's the franchise player if it's basketball? Who's the star man in it? You look at Man City, they've got KDB, they've got Erling. Tottenham got Heung-min Son. Liverpool got Mo Salah. Arsenal have no one. Man United have no one. What teams have I missed?
He said Liverpool. He said United.
Yeah.
Tottenham.
Yeah. So okay, cool. That's it. Chelsea have no one. So when I look at the teams, yeah, that have these the franchise players, they have the QBs, they have the guys that they can depend on in crunch time. These are the teams that are going to win trophies. Obviously, take Tottenham out of that because they're not going to win trophies. So the teams that are going to win trophies are Liverpool and Man City because they have these players. When I look at Arsenal, yeah, Arsenal's like a symptom of Arsenal's like a symptom of modern football now, where there's no focal point, there's no main player. It's all about the team. It's all about the system. But the problem is, yeah, what happens when the system doesn't work? This is when you need the players to win the games for you. What players are going to win the games for you when the system doesn't work? And this is the problem. This is the reason why City are. This is the reason why City are so dangerous. Because even when the system doesn't work, Rodri can pop up with a shot from outside the box, or Phil Foden can pop up with something. They've got more match winners and more special players, in it. When I look at this Man United attack, it's awful, bro. Like yesterday, man relied on Scott McTominay scoring a header coming off the bench, whatever, and then the ball falling to Rasmus, bro, just falling to his feet. That's all, man. You can't put Ødegaard and Saka in that conversation when it comes to big players and you need someone to do something in the clutch, bro. They're not there. They're not there. I don't know how many goals Ødegaard has, but not a lot, probably. This season. You can't put him in there. And half of Saka's goals have been penalties. So you can't put Saka in there either. You can't. Man United don't have no players like that you could put in there. We used to have Rooney. We used to have Van Persie. We used to have these players that could pop up and do things. Giggs used to be able to do it. Beckham used to be able to do it. Scholes used to be able to do it. We can't do that now. Do you know what I'm saying? And in the moments, Liverpool got the most Salahs. Now they've even got Nunez that could just pop up with an absolute thunderbolt out of nowhere. Like, even I'm seeing these bogus stats floating around. Yeah, everyone's making excuses for these footballers. And I spoke to Cams earlier. Shout out Culture Cams. I spoke to Cams earlier because there was that stat floating around about Højlund scored 8 goals, or 5 goals from his last 8 shots and stuff like that. And people are using it, yeah, to make excuses and complain that he doesn't get service. But here's the thing about stats, yeah. Stats can be used, yeah, and manipulated to mean whatever they want to mean. And you know what it is? There's a lot of unintelligent people, yeah, in football getting their hands on statistics and using them to suit certain agendas. You're not supposed to use stats to start an argument. You're supposed to have an argument and then you refer to stats to kind of see where you are, bro. And the problem is people get stats, yeah, and they use stats to form an argument. That doesn't make no sense, for the simple fact that not only did this brother go something like 16 games, yeah, and I think 15 games without a goal or something like that. So what about the shots in those games? And secondly, when you compare him to someone like Darwin Núñez, for example, Darwin Núñez shoots from everywhere. So when you're saying Núñez has had 50 something shots, that's because he shoots from the halfway line. Do you know what I'm saying? So that doesn't make no sense. It's just like when they were doing comparisons before with Aubameyang and Harry Kane, saying Aubameyang takes less shots. Yeah, but that's because Kane, yeah, shoots from outside the box. Like, Kane takes free kicks. He shoots from different places that Aubameyang's not going to shoot from. And Darwin creates his own chances and shoots from places he shouldn't shoot from. So of course Darwin's going to shoot more than Højlund, because Højlund don't really shoot from outside the box. So why are you comparing apples and oranges?